everybody, Lawman Mike with www.lawmanguitars.com. Wow, have I got a special guitar for you today. What I found for you is a 1968 Gibson Dove. Now, the Gibson Doves were some of the highest priced guitars that Gibson made, and for very good reasons. They were just outstanding. Now, you can tell it's a Dove by the pretty picture of the Dove right here on the Pickguard. And it's got the fancy bridge tailpiece system that they had on the J200s also. So the J200s and the Doves were really the top of the line for the Gibson company, and this one certainly reflects that. Now, there's always a question about dating these things. Gibson had some dates on the impressed serial numbers. I checked those out, and it's all over the board. I did find that the number corresponds with a 1968, so that's one clue why I'm calling it a 1968. The other clue that I had was the pickguard. Now, if you'll notice, there's these little pearl dots here in the corners. Those are actually covering screws that held the pickguard on. Now, they only did that in 1968, so that was the second clue of why I'm calling this a 1968. It has some extra bracing by the bridge, which they did in 68. And newer. Now, where we become a little confused is the tuners. Now, the tuners on this is the G tuners that are chrome, and they're made in West Germany. Now, those threw me a little bit because they're a little newer than 68, like early 70s. Now, I will tell you, this is a one-owner guitar, and we were assured by the owner he bought it in 1968, so I can't find out if he changed the tuners or what happened or how the later tuners got on there, but the tuners may be a couple years newer. The neck is a three-piece neck, and I had some people say, no, it has to be a 70s, it's a three-piece neck. I don't know that for a fact. Serial number, pickguard, everything, plus the original owner saying it was 68. I'm going with 1968. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. So let's talk about the guitar. It has very little wear. This guitar was totally babied by the owner, kept it in his case most of its life. He did strum it though. There's a little bit of wear right in here where the pick came down through in this little opening here for the pickguard. So there's some wear right there that shows the guitar was played. The frets are in absolutely fantastic shape. I believe that they were crowned before he decided to start thinking about selling it. So the frets are in beautiful shape. Certainly nothing wrong with that. And as far as dings, there's a couple little dings on the spruce top. The flamey, I'll tell you, I hope our pictures pick it up better than the pictures I have that I took of the stills. But this flamey maple that they used on this back sides and neck are just absolutely gorgeous. It's a reddish shade. There's no buckle rash on this whatsoever. It's absolutely pristine on the back. And the flame on the sides, I mean, I don't usually get so excited about the sides of guitars, but when you see this, you will understand why I got so excited when I saw it. And the neck is just beautiful. It's got this nice skunk striping running through it, going horizontally through the neck, and it's absolutely stunning. Now, the other thing that I want to talk about is the saddle. Now, the later Gibsons went with a tune-o-matic adjustment down in here. This is the rosewood adjustment. So I forgot to mention that earlier, but again, that's why I'm pointing to 1968 for the guitar. It plays magnificently. I've been strumming the guitar. I played it for an hour before I bought it, of course. I tried to not buy it, and that was never going to happen. When I saw this guitar and sat down with it, it's like, okay, I'm in love. And I was right. The guitar just plays great. It's never had a neck reset. It doesn't need one. It plays remarkably well. You can bar your chords up here. No problem playing this guitar whatsoever. Now, I've got it strung up with heavier strings that it came with. I would usually have 12s on my acoustics. This has 13s, and they're just a little stiff for me. But I'll tell you what, they sure bark at you, and if you can muscle your fingers around on these little heavier gauge strings, they really speak to you and give you a lot of feedback with the heavier gauge. So try them, your new owner who gets this, try the heavier gauge strings before you go back to 12s. But I would probably put 12s on it just because I have baby fingers. So anyway, the guitar just sounds magnificent. I hope we can pick up how great it sounds. Let's try a little finger pick or little flat picking here. Boy, is that fun. I hope it sounds really good because it sounds fantastic here. So anyway, we got a spruce top, we got a maple sides and back. The nut is original nut on it. It's 1 11/16 wide, so that would be standard. The guitar looks beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It plays and sounds fantastic. If that's not enough for you, the thing that always sells me on these vintage guitars, especially vintage Gibson guitars, is the case. Now, we have the beautiful, immaculate shape Gibson hardshell case. Now this case is just as nice as the guitar. I want to open it up here. Don't faint. It's gorgeous. I mean, the gold plush interior in this case is absolutely fantastic. There is no must smell whatsoever. I took a little piece of fuzz out in the back by the tailpiece that the guy who was selling it to me said, "Oh, you found something in there to take out." I went, "Yes, well, I'm a little particular." But anyway, it's beautiful. The accessory box lid is still here. It's got still a little piece of the satin to lift it up. And what do we have in here? Oh my goodness. We have hang tags. Yes, we have case candy for you. These would be hanging from the guitar. He kept it with the case. Thank goodness. We love it when we see these old, it says Gibson Diamond Jubilee, years of experience. Maybe that'll help us date it a little bit better. And it says, when restringing this instrument, be sure to use set number 140 strings by Gibson. And guess what? He had in the case Gibson set 140. So he must have put those on his guitar. Those are not on the guitar, of course, but here's some more case candy for you. So anyway, if you're looking for a magnificent 1968 guitar with a beautiful case, original to the guitar, you have found it. The guitar, the Gibson Dove, is a very, very high-end Gibson instrument. A 1968 is really, really a cool year to have. And I have to say, I'm going to be a sad man when I pack this guitar up to ship it to you. But I'll tell you what, you will be one happy person when you get this guitar. Plays magnificently, sounds even better. I hope you'll check this and all of our really cool guitars out at www.lawmanguitars.com, or save yourself some time and go directly to reverb.com and type in Lawman Guitars. I've become a reverb.com seller many, many, many years ago when they first got started, and I'll tell you what, these guys are fantastic. Based out of Chicago, they treat me as well as they treat my customers. They're fantastic people, and they do a great job for me and my customers. So go directly to reverb.com. Type in Lawman Guitars in the search line, and you'll see all of our guitars. I think we've got 180 guitars right now in Reverb, and check them all out. We only sell cool guitars, vintage guitars, some gear, and amplifiers, but mostly it's vintage guitars. So if you love vintage guitars, go to lawmanguitars.com. Thanks a lot for watching today.